this is an iHeart podcast. Guaranteed human.
Work can be a little weird. Cringy training seminars, coworkers who won't stop talking about their plant, forgetting the mute button at an inopportune moment. We have to deal with a lot on any given workday. Sometimes it can feel hard to thrive and move forward in your career. Well, that's where LinkedIn comes in. LinkedIn helps you get ideas and insights from experts in your field, connect with people professionally, grow your network, and access tools designed to help you find the right fit for your next role. Whether you're just getting started, figuring out your next move, or looking to accelerate your career, LinkedIn is built to support you at every stage because LinkedIn is the network that works for you. Visit linkedin.com/knowstuff to learn more. Hey, and welcome to The Short Stuff. I'm Josh, and there's Chuck, and Jerry's here too. And Dave's not, but he would be if he weren't doing something else right now. He sends his love and kisses to all of you from Dave. This is Short Stuff.
That's right. And we're talking about what's called the phonetic alphabet. And we're like, well, I don't know what that is.
It's a phonetic alphabet.
You do know what it is if you've ever seen a war movie.
Or if you're hooked on phonics.
Or if you're hooked on phonics. Or, you may not be using the actual phonetic alphabet that they finally agreed on, which we'll get to. But you may be using your own version if you've ever been on a customer service call.
I've done that.
And you've had to, say, well, my name is Chuck. Jack? No, Chuck. C as in Chuck. H as in Harley Davidson.
H as in Huck.
Ubiquitous. C is in can you believe I'm having to spell Chuck out, and K is in kangaroo poop.
That's a good one, Chuck. I like that last one.
Yeah. I never know what to say when I go to do that.
Well, it's always different.
I feel like I get stumped, which is remarkable that I can't think of a C word, which is crazy. Especially with the C word.
We'll just walk on past that one, Chuck. Why would you possibly want to assign words to letters when you're talking to somebody on a customer service hotline?
Well, I have an answer. And by the way, thanks to Popular Mechanics and NATO.int in particular for this. You would want to do that because, a lot of this stuff started out after, it all started out after radio communication was born.
That's an excellent point I hadn't considered.
When there were telegrams were the way that people communicated, it was very easy to see what someone meant because it was spelled out for you. But once radio comm started, and especially in things like war, if you're trying to, let's say, report your position because you're being bombed, the person on the other end, they can't see you. They can't read your lips. They're hearing bombing going on, and people probably yelling and screaming, and it's chaotic. And so you really want to get that right. So they started spelling this stuff out just to make sure they knew the correct message. Yeah.
Makes total sense.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that's so obvious that it could smack you on the forehead, but you just don't think about that. They just did not need it before radio. And people who use the radio a lot and really, really need clear communication because the stuff that they're talking about can often be life and death, those are the ones you'll most typically find using that phonetic or NATO alphabet.
Yeah. And there's also, the very foundation of ventriloquism is based on the idea that there are sounds that sound like other sounds, and that can get very confusing. In ventriloquism, you exploit that by saying those other sounds have less lip movement as a substitute. Yeah. But if you're on a radio communication with some communique, is that what you would say?
Yeah.
Then you don't want to get someone a TH confused with an F. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean, man. That can lead to disaster.
There's been a long kind of weird history with this, though, as far as agreeing on it. The first one came about in the 1920s from the telecom industry, the International Telecommunications Union. And I say we read all these versions.
They're great. They use geographical names, typically towns, sometimes states. There was one I had to look up for X. It's Xanthip.
I think you should just read the alphabet. Do it.
Oh, okay.
I want to hear it, Josh style.
Amsterdam, Baltimore, Casablanca, Denmark, Edison, New Jersey, Florida, Gallipoli, Havana. Whatever.
You inserted a vowel. It's what you do.
Whoever I was speaking to in 1920 would have known I meant G.
Okay.
Havana, Italia. They put a little extra spicy sauce on that one.
Uh-huh.
Jerusalem, kilogram, makes no sense. Liverpool, Madagascar, New York, Oslo, Paris, Quebec, Roma, Santiago, Tripoli, Uppsala, Valencia, Washington. There's that Xanthip again, Yokohama, and Zurich.
I'm just trying to picture you on the war communication when you... no, he said a Gallipoli. It's a no. There is no letter for Gallipoli.
Right.
They're like, do you think he meant Gallipoli? No, he said a Gallipoli.
Right. They accidentally invade Gallipoli when they meant to go to Gallipoli.
I don't know why all of a sudden you're on a communique with Italy.
I have always said Gallipoli too.
Really?
Yeah, I like it more. I'm going to continue saying it because I say it so infrequently. Why change something like that?
Man, that extra vowel. I'm going to start calling you Josiah.
Yeah, okay. Wait, no, that's the same as calling me Joshua.
Oh, is it the same name, basically?
It's the same number of syllables.
Oh, stop it.
Josiah, Joshua.
Militarily speaking, so that was the telecoms industry. On the military side, they started using the Army Navy's phonetic alphabet, which they called the Abel Baker alphabet, because those were the first two. And the Brits use this one as well. And I'll go through this one.
Okay.
Abel Baker, Charlie, Dog, Easy, Fox, George, How. That's a tough one. Item, Jig, King, Love, Mike, Nan, Oboe, Peter, Queen, Roger, Sugar, Tear, as in T-A-R-E, Uncle, Victor, William, X-Ray, Yoke, and Zebra or Zebra, if you're a Brit.
My favorite combination is Roger Sugar.
Yeah, or Easy Dog. I had a guy the other day, I just got to say this, and I'm even going to name the theater.
Okay.
The Landmark Midtown Cinema.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
I went to get popcorn at an 11 a.m. showing of the new Indiana Jones movie.
Okay.
And I said, is that stuff fresh? And the guy went, yeah, I popped it this morning. And I went, because I know that wasn't true, probably. Mm-hmm. They reuse popcorn. All theaters do. I said, okay, I'll take it, based solely on that. I go to eat the popcorn in the theater. It is really stale. I was going to say, like, who cares? But I was like, you know what? That was $8. I'm going to go back up there and just get my money back.
Just very throw it kindly, in the guy's face.
I very kindly went to do that. They had to call the manager. I said that it wasn't good and it's no big deal. I just want to see the movie and blah, blah, blah. And the guy that sold it to me, with his back to me, went, Dog, it tastes fine, and put some in his mouth. And to his little buddy, he started going,
For real?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I usually very non-confrontational, but I went, did you just call me dog? And he looked at me and didn't say anything. I think I scared him a little bit.
Good.
And I went, did you call me dog? And the manager just looked at me, and I gave her the kind of look of like, this is your turn now.
Yeah, you were like, you gave her, you're not going to fire him look?
Yeah, I don't want to fire, but like say something. She didn't say anything. She gave me my money. And on the way out, I did the very old man thing, which I didn't think I would ever do. I was just like, hey, man, just so you know, forget I'm a customer. Human to human. Talking to someone like that just isn't a way to go about life. Take it or leave it. And I walked off.
Man, did you drop your microphone?
I did.
Nice work.
So you're doing great, Landmark Cinemas.
It's a good theater. There's just that one problem employee.
I know. All right. Sorry. I had to get that off my chest, and that seemed like a good time to do it. So we finished up with Zebra. To wrap this up before we take a break, 10 years after that, the IATA, the International Air Transport Association, said, listen, everyone's complaining because this is too English-centric. So let's swap out a few of these words. And they said, great, now we can agree in November 1951 for civil aviation only.
Yeah.
They swapped out Coca for Charlie, Echo for Easy, Foxtrot for Fox, Gold for George, and then, other things. India's in there instead of item.
Delta
so they
for
just
dog.
made it. Which one?
Delta for dog.
Yeah. The guy could have said, Delta, it tastes fine. But they swapped out some stuff just to make it a little less sort of, I guess, American.
Yeah, one thing that I was surprised I never knew is that alpha is not spelled ALPHA, it's ALFA. Did you know that?
Well, in the other version, I think the first version was PHA, right? Or was it always FA?
I don't know, but I wonder if it's like product placement from the Alpha Insurance Company, like they sponsored that particular phonetic alphabet.
Oh, no, actually it was Alpha because the only previous was Amsterdam.
Or Able.
Or Able.
Yeah.
All right. I did not know that. I could have sworn it would have been PH.
I say we take a break, Chuck. It's 10 minutes into the short stuff.
Let's do it.
If you want to know, then you're in luck. Just listen up to Josh and Chuck. Stuff you should know.
The springtime thaw is finally here. Flowers are blooming. Days are longer. We're saying yes to more plans and finally getting outside, running, walking, just moving again. It's the perfect time to upgrade your everyday go-tos with Bombas. Take Bombas Sport Socks. They're super comfortable and designed with sport-specific tech for running, cycling, yoga, hiking, you name it. I use them to run in, and I can tell you they work beautifully. So head over to bombas.com and use code SYSK for 20% off your first purchase. That's BOMBAS.com, code SYSK at checkout.
Hey everybody, here's a fact for you. In the United States, there is a break-in every 26 seconds, and that means that somewhere right now, an intruder is getting closer. And the problem with most security systems is that they only alert you after the break-in has started, and that's too late.
Well, that's what makes SimpliSafe different. They use alerts. SimpliSafe's US-based live agents, they identify threats on your property and help deter them before they actually break in. So the intruder never gets into your house. The crime is stopped before it even starts.
That's right. And another great thing about SimpliSafe is they have no long-term contracts. They give you peace of mind and great value with their monitoring deterrence plans because they just start at about $1 a day.
Yeah, SimpliSafe sent us a setup years back, and I still use mine every day.
Yeah, and apparently setup, you can do it by yourself in under 30 minutes, so it's a really good value and it doesn't take long.
So if you want to experience the SimpliSafe peace of mind, you can take advantage of the SimpliSafe discount offered to Stuff You Should Know listeners. Right now, you can get 50% off your new system by visiting simplisafe.com/stuff. That's half off at simplisafe.com/stuff. There's no safe like SimpliSafe.
Stuff you should know. Stuff you should know.
No stories. We're going to zip through this last bit.
Okay, so NATO says this is pretty good, but I think we can improve on the Abel Baker thing. So they form a committee, which means everything starts moving at a snail's pace.
Right.
And they argue about what to change the letters C, M, N, U, and X to. Mm-hmm. Apparently they finally got through those, but N just kept hanging on. They couldn't decide on nectar versus November.
That is so funny to get hung up on something like that.
Yeah. So we're talking like a couple of years they're talking about this. Finally, the NATO military standing group says, we're just going to use this anyway. You guys go figure it out. The reason everybody was waiting was because the International Civil Aviation Organization, which basically lays the communication standards down for the entire civilian air traffic control universe.
Right.
They just, I guess they were the ones who couldn't decide on nectar versus November, so they didn't sign on. But NATO started using it before the ICAO did.
That's right. And then finally, in February of 1956, I believe saying starting in March, they're like, this is going to be the one that everyone's going to use. We need it. I think the ITU, the International Telecommunications Union, which started this whole mess. Mm-hmm. They came on a few years after that, and basically everybody finally, civilian, military alike, ended up agreeing on the same thing by switching out those letters, and we ended up with those letters with Charlie, Mike, November is what won out, uniform, and X-ray.
So They have, I don't know where you got this list, but they have the pronunciations next to them.
Which one got you?
There's a couple that I'm like, really? They have for O for Oscar, they say to pronounce it Oscar. And then
really?
Victor, Victa.
Well, maybe they were from Boston.
I guess so. That's really
very
weird.
Funny.
Yeah. So there you go. That's the NATO phonetic alphabet and Chuck's landmark cinema story.
I should title it that.
You got anything else?
Nothing else.
Well, that means everybody's short stuff is out.
Stuff You Should Know is a production of iHeartRadio. For more podcasts from iHeartRadio, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your favorite shows.